Yo, this is LMA and we here with Underground Talks.
Alright, so we're back again with another Underground Talks, and we're here today with another special guest, LMA, otherwise known as Big L. About to see what LMA has for us, any news, and what we have in store today. So, LMA, where did you get the name from?
So LMA stands for Living My Aspirations. Right now, I'm living and witnessing every milestone. That is what basically it stands for.
Right.
Most people think it's my name, but no.
Okay, it's a little more complicated, guys. So, you're living your aspirations out now. But what is something that inspired you, or someone who has inspired you to do these aspirations that you're aspiring for?
So my grandfather, well, my late grandfather, he was a musician. He was a guitarist. He used to play steel pan.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and
National instrument.
yeah. So he influenced me a lot when it comes to music, especially singing. And my grandmother had me in church also singing. So my family was heavily involved when it came to me doing music.
Okay.
So the main person was my grandfather.
Alright.
Rest in peace.
Okay. Rest in peace, Grandpa.
Yeah.
He inspired you to be the artist that you are now, the person you are now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, besides some grandpa inspiring you from the music, what inspires you in life to keep going, keep motivated, and being the star that you are?
Pain.
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 Mm. Pain will always
Pain.
keep me going as well.
A lot of pain.
Mm.
Plenty pain that I can't even describe. It's mental pain, physical pain, emotional pain. Pain does allow a different type of drive and motivation to just happen, because without that we wouldn't have the zeal or the energy to push forth.
Okay, okay,
So pain helped me a lot, grew me into the lady that I am today.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, what is LMA? LMA is a singer, songwriter, R&B, and rap artist. But what is that to you?
Well, LMA to me, well, I have two sides. And LMA is more of the vulnerable, soft, emotional version of myself, where I am not afraid to express how I feel
Right.
under any conditions. The love I
Okay.
give, basically.
I love your girl.
Yeah. The love I give, the love I give.
Okay, so we're here with LMA slash Big L up in the doctor's office today, guys. We're doing an examination on life here right now. So, Big L, with being a rap artist and also being an R&B artist, being versatile, what it's like rap versus the R&B, and describe that for me.
Well, we start with the R&B. That is a foundation. Why I say that is because with the emotion, with the heartbreak that I have encountered, with that came with beautiful music.
Mm.
Now, when I do R&B, I write from experience in real time and for closure.
Mm.
And the rap mostly is about having an armor to protect the R&B part, R&B side of me, the love I give side, the emotional side.
Right.
So, Begin is more of a driving force, a protector,
Okay.
the shield.
This year.
Yeah. She passive aggressive. She's aggressive. She is a side of me that is very egotistical, cocky, do not care. She don't like nobody to come wrong. She no way. She just outright is a Gemini, Is a Gemini.
Big L.
So I have sides of me that will adjust to different situations, and Big L is LMA's protector.
Right, the defender, the
Yeah,
one who always have your back. So you have your own back strong
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. She is this side that, listen, you not going to let this slide.
Mm.
You already let this happen to you. I will hold it on.
Okay.
Just basically me telling myself, I have your back.
Right.
You learn from your experiences. Now the experience that you learn from, I will protect you from going through all that all over again. And that's just basically R&B for me, the lover girl, Big L, the armor, the hard
Okay.
girl, the
So
aggressive girl.
that
Just basically to close it off when it
okay.
comes from, being emotional as the R&B artist and being hard as the
Okay.
rapper.
So who you come as today? Big L?
Yeah, Big L.
Big L. I see the drip on today, the
Yeah,
chain. Yeah, announced that Big L is here. Understand, understand.
Big L is here. She a cool girl.
Yeah.
Cool. She's lazy the guys.
Okay.
You
So
know.
Big L versus LMA. When writing your songs and pouring your heart out into the music, because you do write your own songs,
Yeah.
correct? Right. When doing your music, how does it differ within the rap and the R&B?
Emotions. So the R&B is the emotions.
Right.
That is the vulnerability.
The
That is the
passion.
softness. That is the passion. You could feel it.
Mm.
You know. The rap is hard. Men could relate to the raps.
Mm.
It's more LMA
Mm.
in her masculine energy.
Okay.
And like I said before, Big L is very cocky.
Right.
And she talks her shit.
Mm.
Doesn't care about what she's saying and who she hurting.
Understand it, understand it.
You know?
That
So
really
yeah,
is more masculine of a
of
trait.
a woman too, yeah.
Yeah, that is more masculine traits. Man will say anything and feel bad maybe after, maybe. So we want to know, what is one of the projects you've worked on that you'd say you're most proud of, or describe that for me.
Well, in terms of project, we're talking about body of work, right?
Right.
So that is LMA versus Big L. They go and check that out on all streaming platforms, right? Um, that's the only project right now out.
Right.
And this project is really about me coming up as an artist, battling with my soft side
Right.
and my hard side. At that time I was going through a breakup, and I wrote songs pertaining to the breakup,
Right.
and how I felt. And Big L now is who came and comforted me.
Okay.
So I was battling with my soft side and my hard side. And that is why it was LMA versus Big L.
Okay.
And Big L was my favorite. Like that era, that was my favorite part of the whole project. Big L. I love being vulnerable, but after I go through whatever and I close off that and I go to being Big L, I have to put my head in a headspace where, listen, stop crying, stop doing this, stop doing that. It's time to get hard.
Okay.
And Big L just don't come just so. That is our alter ego.
Okay.
That is our alter ego I had to put in place in order to put myself in the
To feel like you
situation
could
to
survive.
write the music. That boy, I telling you, it's like it was a lot within the time period of me doing the project.
Right.
Where, like I tell you, I was crying a lot for the whole LME part because I wrote Big L and everything separate,
Right.
and I did all the R&B first. So when I comforted myself and I told myself, okay, this is enough, I had to put myself in a shell and guarded myself.
Okay.
And this when I get real hard. Real hard. And that's when I start with Big L.
Okay, so the name of your EP was LMA versus Big L.
Yeah.
And how many songs you had on it?
7 tracks.
7 tracks. Okay, so in making this EP, what was one of your favorite songs that you really feel you resonated with? I think some of the words you said when describing your music, I felt like a lot of people also will resonate with how you was feeling and the emotions you was going through, and I think it would hit them close to home. So,
So which one you talking about, for LMA or Big L?
well, I'm talking about for which one you really
Overall,
overall felt the most in tune with.
Big L.
So, some of your songs I've listened to already, like Butterflies, Reminisce, the newest one of your songs that just came out, Not Coming Back. That song had some deep emotions and I really connected with the words. I like that song. Also, Butterflies, some of your best work, I think. So, what was one of your favorite songs that you like the most?
It was Big L, Reminisce, All Night.
All right.
I love All Night. All Night is a vibe.
Okay.
Is a vibe. And we as weed smokers,
Okay.
them type of R&B, they like dark R&B.
Mm.
Cruising down the street, pulling. You
Mm.
understand? That's a vibe, especially when you're with your significant other.
Okay.
Um,
Hey there, fellas. When you're
yeah.
cruising along the road, stop playing all that gangster music and run some R&B.
No,
Go
but
on a big L.
people tell me they
Mm.
fuck to my song.
That is steam. You
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
we in Trinidad, and that
yeah.
is steam.
When people tell me that,
Okay.
like, I say, alright, that's a good song for them, like, free. That's just,
All night.
yeah,
That really sound like a song you should go all night too. So I could understand.
yeah, but, and Red Notice.
I notice.
Yeah.
I notice is a more
My ex was
fiery
banging
song.
to that song.
Hmm.
What? He fuck with that song.
Okay.
Red Notice is a bad song. For all the girls out there, like, yeah. Studs, I sure Studs could bang to that song too, like, for real. Song bad.
Studs. Okay.
Yeah.
Juski might be interested to hear that.
Yeah, that song hard.
So, in doing the rap music now, rap music is more of like a male dominated field, I'd say. How
Yeah.
does it feel being a female artist working in a male dominated field?
I don't feel no way, no. It's all love. All love, all love. Most of the rappers that come to me are men,
Mm.
and they only show me love. So you don't feel like it is a competitive genre to be in.
Right.
You know, it's just love, especially females too. Like, because it have female rappers, and like I say, it doesn't be competitive.
Okay. It's one
Less females
family.
than males, but it's not competitive to say I have to prove myself,
Mm.
that I am worthy of being the
Okay.
best female rapper. Like,
Okay.
it's all love.
You already prove yourself.
Yeah, of course.
It already shows through the music.
Mm-hmm.
So you should go listen to that track now. Okay.
One big L.
One big L. So, big L. What is it? What you would say is three things you can't live without?
God, money, and my family.
God, money, and your family. Hey, you need money to support yourself and your
Yeah,
family, so
facts,
that's true.
facts. But the only thing is, I just don't have emotionally. I'm not emotionally attached to money. I'm not, but I need it.
Yeah,
We need money.
don't we all?
Yeah, we need money all.
And working as long as you have, I know you've had some collaborations in the music. So, who are some of these collaborations and how did you enjoy making them?
Okay, so I have a song out with Malik Main right now. You'll go check it out. Very good. He's a great artist also that I've worked with. And it have more to come in the works. Can't really talk much about it. But you'll just stay tuned for good music, good
Okay,
vibes.
definitely will be looking out for it. What was the name of the song with Malik Min?
Fallout.
Fallout, okay, with Malik Min.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, sounds good. Now, being an independent artist and you have developed your own label, Innovative Records. So, being an independent artist, some of the luxuries that come with that are
Control, plenty control, creative control. That is what I strive for. Freedom. So
definitely
yeah, but the cons of it is marketing.
marketing. Having to push out
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
own.
Yeah. Everything have to be on you. You know, you don't have that machine behind you,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay. Understandable.
I like to be in control of everything
Yeah.
when it comes to music. And I don't want to be blindsided by the outside world, or producers that come from the outside, you know. I like everything to be within my own house,
Right.
you know, figuratively speaking, in the camp, you understand, within the label.
Right.
So that's why I decided to form my own label.
Okay. I know with being an independent artist, it does have certain freedoms you're allowed.
Yeah.
Like being comfortable in your recording spaces. What are some places you've recorded or where you feel comfortable recording?
The bedroom.
Bedroom.
Bedroom, of course. The
Okay.
bedroom, the car, the lookout.
And I know you've been doing it for a long time. You had a love for music for a long time. But how long exactly have you been doing it?
For years, ever since. But professionally, 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, like really get into it and actually started recording professionally.
Okay. Now, I know being an artist for so long, you've had some performances.
Yeah.
So I myself have been to a performance by LMA and it was great. Had some other local artists there that I knew of, and I had to say it was an exceptional experience. She really brought her energy and you felt the music. So, what was performing like in some of these events? How was it for you?
It was full circle because as an artist, we always want to feel accepted, especially from crowds that, you know, we may think that wouldn't resonate with our music.
Right.
So I felt a sense of security within the whole environment of performing. And I am forever grateful and thankful, you know, for those who enjoy listening to my music and enjoy the performances.
Okay. Now, if you had a budget, an unlimited budget with unlimited resources for something of your choosing that you wanted to start, what exactly would you choose to put towards that goal?
Unlimited marketing,
Unlimited marketing.
unlimited promotions.
Okay.
Yeah, anything to push me,
Right.
anything that will be able to encourage others to engage with my content or my music.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. Always push yourself and surround yourself with people that want to see you win. Always put yourself out there and try and grab every opportunity while you can,
Correct.
and it will pay off. Them opportunities and the risks you're taking in life will definitely be for the better.
Yeah,
Okay?
for sure.
I want to talk to you about your producer. So, what it's like working with him.
Now, firstly, we have a really great friendship.
Okay.
So that's the foundation there. But having someone that you could share your feelings with, because he's not only my producer, but he's my engineer, right?
Right.
He knows my sound. He knows how I want to bring across something.
Right.
And he has been there for me through the worst times. And I think that is something beautiful that you could share with your producer. And that is what the music, the song, so sweet. Because he and all feeling it. He feeling it for me, you know.
Okay.
So we correspond with each other really well. And I would just like to tell him that I love him publicly because y'all don't know this, but Sensi is visually impaired. And let me tell you, he's very, very, very talented.
Oh, a
Yeah,
visually impaired producer
very
and
talented.
engineer. Okay, that for sure is a level of skill that you have to master. So how is it working with a visually impaired producer?
Easy, easy. Well, with me, we have a
Okay.
connection, so it's not hard at all. And before, no, well, before I started to record music professionally,
Right.
he was not a producer.
Okay.
You know, he wasn't a producer. We met in USC. I was going to school at a point in time, and when I first saw him, I was like, he was in a laptop, and we met at the lounge. I will never forget that day when I was next to him, and at that point, I wasn't even studying him because I was real vexed.
Right.
And he just hear me rapping, and he wake up from his sleep. You's an artist? You's a rapper? I said, but I thought you sleeping, you know? And from that day, I carried him home. That very day, I carried him home.
Right.
And we just started to do music. We started off recording off our Samsung headset.
Okay. I back in
And
the
when
day.
he started to learn to produce, because I'm the artist, so, when we
Yeah,
build our friendship, he tell himself, yeah,
yeah, the support
he had to do what he had to do.
that is
And
great.
from that day on, we still good. I mean, with friendships, it have problems, trials. However, we just push through it because that's my dog. Like
Yeah,
regardless,
regardless.
I'm a right hand. So it could be challenging at times to work with Sensi. However, I would never trade it for anything else.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. So, some songs that had like specific meaning to you. I know one of your newest songs that just came out, Not Coming Back.
Mm-hmm.
It just came out a few days ago. So tell me, what was the inspiration behind that? Who inspired it? And you know,
Um, uh, this song was basically about a fella.
hmm,
I was,
fellas.
yes, a
Hmm,
man,
hmm,
you know, I flew out the country at that point in time. And before I flew out, though, we was together,
right,
dealing with each other. And he was really sweet to me, treated me like a princess. However, it goes to show you with any song that men will go to the ends of the earth just to experience you as a woman.
hmm,
And when I didn't give him the wife, as I said in the song, which
right,
is, you know,
okay,
he moved different. He ghosted me,
right,
and he made me feel like if I did something wrong, you
okay,
know. So it's like, regardless of whatever situation you're in, when it comes to men, you could still get ghosted, even if they're treating you good. The chasers be nice
hmm,
until you didn't
that
get what you
is
want.
true.
So even if you have somebody wait, even if you let somebody wait for it, they could still go to it. And even if you get them it easy,
Hmm.
they could still go to it.
So, ladies, you hear what the boss said? Give it up now.
I never said
Anyhow,
that. Oh,
let us continue. So, LMA, if you had a time machine and you could go back and change things or just give a message to your younger self, what would that message be? What would you tell her?
push through it. You'll be okay. Never give up.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Okay.
Never give up.
Persevere. Okay. Never
Never
give
give
up.
up.
That is a good,
Yeah.
that is some good words.
And it's okay to try and fail, but don't ever be the one to fail to try.
Okay.
You know?
Definitely. Always go for it.
Always get up and get it, regardless of the situation you're in.
Okay.
Pain is power.
Pain is power.
Mm-hmm.
So, last question. I know you're a business owner and you're a business woman. What is the most expensive thing that you own?
You just say it in business.
Your business?
Yeah.
Okay, business is expensive.
Very expensive.
Okay, business is booming right now.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I cannot complain. I am blessed and highly favored. By the way, ladies, baddest nails, check them out. Salute Beauty Spa by Lanel on Instagram.
Say it again.
Salute Beauty Spa by Lanel on Instagram.
Salute Beauty Spa by Lana. Okay, okay. So, Lana, LMA, Big L. You have anything else coming up right now? Any music?
Yeah, we have a project we're working on here. It's an album this time.
Okay.
I don't know how much tracks yet. It's ongoing because I'm going through all kind of trials and tribulations. So, you know, I constantly have things to talk about.
Okay. So
But
just
for
be
sure,
on the lookout.
it's coming. Be on the lookout. It's a great album. Great. Well structured, well put together. Balance, everything. To have dancehall, R&B, hip hop, trap, my trainer gospel, who knows?
Okay.
Yeah, but very
Versatile is the
versatile.
name. Versatile is the name. Okay.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming out today, Lana. It's all love.
Yeah, man. It
Alright.
was a pleasure. I really enjoyed this. I haven't seen it in so long.
Mm.
Well, apart from you coming to the
Yeah.
listening party,
Right.
I really appreciate the love and the support. Like I said before, keep grinding, never give up. Always thank God for the blessings that He has bestowed upon each and every one of y'all. Because at the end of the day, tomorrow is not promised. You know, so work as hard as you can. Being in your 20s, this is the time to grind and beat yourself. You know, we want financial freedom. We want everything.
Smokey the Don here with LMA, and this is Underground Talks.
Ain't no discussion. You ain't gotta say a word no more. Ain't going through depression. For a nigga ain't worth fighting for. How you gon' treat me like you care, then don't? How you gon' take my hand and let it go? How you gon' want me 1 minute then go ghost? I ain't questioning no more. I'ma leave you, let you go, and I ain't coming back. Yeah, you had your chance. Yeah, and I ain't coming back. Ain't rekindling that romance. How you gon' treat me like you care, then don't? How you gon' take my hand and let it go? How you gon' want me 1 minute then go ghost? I ain't calling you no more. I'ma leave you, let you go, and I ain't coming back.